Hello and welcome. It's good to see you again on this edition of CEO Talk Show, exclusively on ViaTV. Backed by a strong retail environment and growing consumer awareness of fashion and trends, Vietnam has become a lucrative market for both local and international clothing brand names. A Spanish fashion house has developed a line of clothing that connects the colorful world of its native design with both hand sewing and embroidery techniques and the richness of ASEAN fabrics in Vietnam. It developed a personal and unique style, distancing itself from catwalk trends in favor of connecting with the different kinds of customers, those who want to wear fresh new ideas. Let's find out in the following video.
Gần 10 năm, một khoảng thời gian không phải quá dài mà cũng chẳng phải ngắn, đủ để giới thiết kế Việt Nam hầu như không ai còn lạ gì cái tên Chula, tên một thương hiệu thời trang mà đôi vợ chồng người Tây Ban Nha đã cùng nhau xây dựng. Một căn nhà nhỏ nhắn nép mình bên ven Hồ Tây, rất dễ nhận ra nhờ những mảng màu sắc sặc sỡ dựa trên những hình vẽ và trang trí bên ngoài. Bước vào ngôi nhà là một cảm xúc rất lạ, độc đáo nhưng gần gũi và rộn ràng chào mời. Cái lạ ở đây, đó là bên cạnh một không gian xanh đầy thơ mộng, những màu sắc mang dấu ấn phương Tây đậm nét, là một gian thờ ấm cúng tràn ngập nét hồn của con người Việt. Từ một đất nước xa lạ, không hề liên quan gì đến Việt Nam, nhưng đôi vợ chồng này đã xem mình như là người Việt thực thụ, như một nhà thiết kế dành riêng cho Việt Nam. Họ là Diego Cortizas và Laura Fontaine. Có mặt tại Việt Nam từ năm 2004, Chula đã và đang phát triển một dòng thời trang kết nối thế giới với những thiết kế mang phong cách Latin, cùng sự phong phú về chủng loại vải và kỹ thuật thêu tay mang hơi thở Á Đông, bằng việc phối hợp các kỹ thuật khác nhau như vẽ thủ công, may tay, thêu máy và ghép vải. Mỗi sản phẩm, bộ sưu tập của Chula để đưa thông điệp đến người xem qua những mẫu thiết kế có chất liệu và kiểu dáng mang phong cách khác nhau. Rất khó xếp những thiết kế của Chula vào dòng thời trang ấn tượng hay thời trang ứng dụng, vì nó vừa tiện sử dụng với những đường cắt khúc hết sức đơn giản nhưng đồng thời lại khá kén người mặc với sự nhấn nót cầu kỳ về họa tiết. Chula không chỉ mang hương vị lạ Tây Ban Nha vào làng thời trang Việt, họ còn khiến người khác phải lân la trò chuyện, tò mò tìm hiểu, một tấm lòng nồng hậu của những người nước ngoài sống hài hòa, êm đềm ở giữa lòng thủ đô.
And the people behind the brand names and the heart and the soul of Chula. Let me introduce the designer and the director of Chula Fashion House, Mr. Diego Cortizas.
Thank you so much for inviting everyone to CEO Talk Show.
And Ms. Laura Fontaine, Managing Director of Chula Fashion House.
Hello, thank you.
Welcome you both to the show, and thank you so much for sparing your time for our program.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
to
much.
you.
First of all, can you tell me how did you make your business here in Vietnam?
What's by chance? No, we always tell that in some way we don't choose Vietnam. Vietnam choose us, no, because we came here 10 years ago for visiting Laura brother, no, and we fall in love with the country, with the people, with the food, the landscape, and we decided to leave everything in Spain. We keep the jobs and we start like a new adventure here in Vietnam, no. And from the beginning, we start to be very impressed with the silk materials, no, and all the embroidery techniques and details as you can see here in the traditional clothes in Vietnam. And we start to design clothes. No, Laura started to encourage me a lot to, okay, why you don't design a dress for me, and our friends and the people that we meet at this time, they start to like it and they start to buy it. No? And then was a process maybe of 1 year since we arrived to Vietnam that until we really start to sell Chula dresses. But it was super interesting moment. No?
All right, so you made your business first in Vietnam in 2004.
Yes, we arrived in 2004.
In 2004.
We don't come with a business plan like
Yes.
every organized. We
become designers, and we become company people, no, directors here. Then we learn as well from Vietnam and from our team. Then I think when you are business people in your country and you come here with ideas of your country to do your plan in a new country, you have to adapt to the country.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's more difficult if you come with your strict idea.
Vietnam has inspired
Yes,
to
yes,
open the
totally,
business
totally.
here.
And especially in our case, many people ask, oh, it's difficult to make a business in Vietnam or to start a company. And we always, what we say is that the most important is that you like the country and you feel in love and you want to stay, no? First, you need to adapt your business or your idea to the country.
Chula, what a name. I'm very impressed about your brand name. Can you tell about the meaning of Chula?
Chula is a Spanish word that means, we use a lot in Spain, and means it's a mix between beautiful, cool, with attitude, being proud, and we really like it because when you see something original or something that you like a lot, you say, ah, que chula. But as well, we thought at the beginning that sounds as well in Vietnamese, sounds very good. In our logo, if you see chula, it's in two colors, in dark red and orange, because it represents the separation between the, it was like a Vietnamese word. Then it really matched with the clothes, and actually was as well because when we started to wear the first chula dresses, our Spanish friends say, ah, que chula, que chula.
Chula.
Then like this we took the name.
Right. So when people say chula, it means you look so beautiful, so
Yes.
sexy.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Not really sexy, it's more like beautiful and different. No?
And with
That,
attitude.
With attitude, like you are confident in yourself, that you are proud of what you get in your life. It's a word like, in Spanish we use a lot for the people who are different, no? Who are different in the good way, no? Like they are original, they are as well beauty, no? But that has something special. No?
As a Spanish brand name, how could you harmonize between Spanish fashion and Vietnamese one?
I mean, we are Spanish, no? And we have Spanish blood, Spanish passion. And I think in Chula it represents very much our culture, Spain, but as well where we became designers, Vietnam, no? And where is our inspiration. In Chula you can see the colors, the sense of humor, the irony, the passion of the Spanish culture. But as well, we get very much inspired in Vietnam, in the culture of Vietnam, in the city, in the as well, we use a lot. I mean, our clothes, you cannot understand Chula without the Vietnamese silk, the handicraft, the sewing, the embroidering techniques. Then I think it's really works. It's a perfect combination between Vietnam and Spain.
For the Spanish, they say, oh, this is very Asian, no, Vietnamese, no, and many people buy dresses, no, like Chula. I mean, Laura dress now that is wearing a dress about Hoi An lambs, no. They come here to Vietnam for a visit, no, and they want to buy this dress because it's a memory as well of the trip, no, that they are making here in Vietnam, no. And in the other way, maybe some Vietnamese customers, they buy a dress that is really inspired in Spanish culture, no?
Yeah.
So it's an international brand that we have customers from many different countries, but still is a local roots, no? I think Vietnamese roots, but as well as we are Spanish and our background is Spanish, as well has these Spanish roots. No?
Looking at your outfit today, you can see clearly that you often use bold color. All right,
Yes.
and striking graphic patterns for your clothes.
Yes.
All right. Costume reflect the daily life as well of Vietnamese people, like the lantern in Hoi An.
Yes, beginning was one of the signature of Chula is to use really very clear graphic, and it's not printing on the material. It's patchwork that we put different piece of power that it makes every dress different, no? Because the next lantern is not in this color. Maybe it's in another dress we make in red, or we always combine that. It makes like every dress unique. No?
And this question must be for Laura. All right. Chula has driving in its own way, distancing itself from the trendy on the catwalks. How can you encourage the customer to use your products, which are very original and very new ideas?
Yeah, I mean, we always say that Chula dresses, I mean, they do the marketing and the sales by themselves. I mean, the first thing that Chula dress is the design. The design is unique. I mean, the ideas they all have are so original, so full of sense of humor, of stories, of culture behind. Then, I mean, the dress, the chula dress is a classic dress, handmade by silk, but a Vietnamese silk, and with a very strong ideas. Then we always say that, I mean, the dress are, you know, when a customer wear a chula dress, at the beginning maybe they feel a little bit like, well, this is different. But after when they wear one, we feel so satisfied is that they always get a lot of compliments. The people realize they are dressing something different, something unique. Usually when you are like very dressed up, maybe sometimes people feel like to be far of you.
Yeah.
When you have with a chula dress, you look fancy, you look nice, but the people want to talk about what is this dress, what it's talking about. Well, we said that each customer has like a chula dress because each chula dress has a story. Then it's like a Cinderella, no? Each customer has to choose the chula dress who's related with his story. And as well, it's a very classic dress, you know, it's a very like cocktail taffeta dress, very classic with powerful ideas. Then we want to make clothes that is not for a season. We want to make clothes that your daughters in 20 years can use it. We don't like this concept now because the fashion industry that you need to produce and sell and produce, and then this is not on fashion to sell more. We want to sell every time different designs, but that you can wear in 20 years. You can wear, you keep in your wardrobe, and your children can, your daughter can wear in the future.
Because it is classic, so it can hardly be out of date.
Exactly.
Yes. It's what Laura said, when you wear a chula dress in a party, in a trip, the people, it's like a connecting, no? They start to stop you. Oh, where is this dress? Or,
They're curious about your outfit.
Yes, curious about your, and as well about you. Oh, you know, you are wearing this is because you live in Vietnam, or you are Vietnamese, or then start to be like a point of the beginning of a conversation, no? with many people, no?
With that we feel very proud because every time it's happening more to us that the people who know chula recognize chula. You can see it in another corner of the world, but they recognize. And that's very powerful when somebody see and they feel, no, like something, how all our customers know another part that is very important for us is the customer, no, and how to treat personally the customer and give them a very warm and personal service, no. Then mainly all of our customers, we receive them in our house, they get to know us, usually we become good friends. Then as well, I think they feel their chula as well part of, they feel a little bit part of the company. Then whenever they're in a trip and they see another chula, they recognize, and it makes a connection.
I think as well it's very important that in chula space, no, it's not just a shop, no, it's a place that you can see all the process in fashion, no. You see the factory, you see the design room, the place where we make the website, the graphic design. Then to consider the fashion like a whole, no, not just the window display and
Not
forget.
in separated
Yes,
places.
then when the people come to chula, they understand well. It's not just the design that they like as well. They understand all the philosophy behind. They meet the designers. They
can visit the workshop
they can
and see
visit
how
the
the
workshop.
clothes is
They can see
made.
the whole process
Yes,
in chula.
yes.
Is that a kind of business strategy?
When you have your workshop, you can be more flexible about the design. You can change things.
It's beautiful
Every
to
day
see
is
how they-
different.
their idea-
We start to understand that this kind of dresses cannot be mass production. You need to make by one,
Yeah,
and the
very
important
limited quantity.
yes, limited quantity. The important is the quality. The important is this link between the dress and the client, the final customer who choose. Then in some way becomes like a business strategy, you know. But as well because it's what we like it, no. It's what it's the way of fashion that we like it, no. When we go to a big fashion factory with everything is in a chain, in some way we think that we will lose the identity or the character of the company.
Yeah. And chula is also famous for its passion over Vietnamese materials. Let's find out in the following report.
Văn hóa, mỹ thuật và kiến trúc Việt Nam luôn là nguồn cảm hứng thiết kế sáng tạo cho Diego. Ở đây, ông và vợ đã tìm thấy nhiều hình ảnh, màu sắc, họa tiết phong phú và thú vị ngay giữa cuộc sống thường nhật. Chúng được ghi lại trong những tác phẩm thời trang, nội thất và cả qua những bức ảnh phong cách độc đáo của riêng Diego. Trước khi đến Việt Nam, Diego là một kiến trúc sư, Laura học về chính trị học. Nhưng khi đến Việt Nam, đôi vợ chồng này quyết định đi trái nghề khi nhận thấy chất liệu lụa tại Việt Nam thật đa dạng, đầy màu sắc và mê hoặc lòng người. Có lẽ ở những người khác, họ bắt đầu một nghề khi họ nhận thấy nơi đó mình có cơ hội để bắt đầu. Một ngày làm việc mới, Laura bắt đầu ra chợ và tìm kiếm những miếng vải lụa ưa thích của mình. Gặp những người bán hàng thân thiện và cởi mở, cô không ngớt lời hỏi thăm về tình hình buôn bán và kinh doanh ngày qua của họ. Dù chỉ với một chút vốn tiếng Việt mới học khi đến đây, ấy vậy mà ai cũng cười chào, trả lời rất vui vẻ, dĩ nhiên không quên chào mời những cước lụa mới nhất, đẹp nhất mà họ mới nhập về. Việc buôn bán cứ diễn ra như thế, giữa một người Tây yêu sắc Việt và những người bán hàng đầy tự hào về thứ vật chất đẹp đẽ mà người dân quê họ đã tạo ra. Đối với Diogo và Laura thì tất cả mọi thứ ở Việt Nam bắt đầu vì lòng đam mê, chính lòng đam mê với sự tự nhiên, dân dã của con người, từ chất vải cao sang mà đậm chất bình dị từ bàn tay lao động của những người thợ lành nghề. Họ đã cho ra đứa con tinh thần của mình mang tên Chula với những bộ trang phục độc đáo, tinh tế.
I know them for a long time now, for 9 years. But it's very nice, and it's what I was telling Laura is, they will do my wedding dress, so that's why I'm here. And I always told them that if one day I get married, I will have a chula dress, and it's not only because of the design, it's because their happiness, their family, the house always open and welcome for friends. There's for every single style. I think there's for each personality, and that's why it's really nice. Like the colors are very nice, the perspective, and when you see something like this one, it's really like the perspective, the details. So no, there's many different things, but I love colors. I love colors. You can see, you know, I like colors. So I like Chula because of the colors.
I come in this shop and it's really interesting to see because I saw the website first and I wanted to see the real things, and it's very colorful and very interesting shape. Nice dress, or they have a really nice coat also for winter. Then I'm very happy to see the product after the website. You wear a dress like this. This is a specific style, and if you want to be different, it's good to come here.
Diego và Laura đã làm việc miệt mài với lụa Việt bằng sự sáng tạo độc đáo để tạo nên những tác phẩm thời trang đậm chất Chula. Đó là sự kết hợp giữa sự táo bạo trong đường xẻ và cắt cúp, sự hài hước trong cách ghép các màn màu. Mỗi một mẫu thiết kế đều mang đến cho người xem một câu chuyện rất riêng biệt, độc đáo và không hề trùng lặp.
Chula has developed a strong passion for Vietnamese fabric, don't you?
Yes, I mean, one of the reasons as well how we started on fashion here was when we discovered the Vietnamese silk. We went to the market and we see all this beautiful quality of silks with beautiful colors, so many textures, so many. I mean, in Spain we don't have silk, no? And the silk is a very rich fabric for us and very special. And then, no, that was to see the silk, no? And after with the tailors and the colors, especially as well, we start with this technique of patchwork as well, because we want to go to the market and then choose, like when you go to the market to choose the vegetable and you are going to cook, we want to go to the market and choose the colors that we like. And okay, you don't have this color, okay, no problem, we can mix this one. Like this, no, as well it becomes that we make these designs like with a little bit the anarchy, no, and that you can play with colors.
Fabric play a very important role in the fashion today, and a lot of fashion institute like the London College, for example, in Vietnam, they develop a separate department to develop your own material. How does the material play a role in your business?
Yes, it's true that I mean everything in fashion starts from the material, no? And I think for Vietnam it's really a big challenge, not to really start to produce different materials, no? Not just the traditional material as silk or hemp. starting to make more cottons, more linens, no? That now there is a proportion that is imported from abroad, no, in cottons and linen. And I think in the next year will change a lot in Vietnam, that will be really a producer of materials, no? That as well is good for the fashion industry in general, no? If there is a really investigation about new materials, the new properties, and the new techniques that you can put in these materials, no, like printing, embroideries.
It's something that we are doing in Chula now. No, we are very interested which new techniques we can do in the fabric. No, like until now we use a lot of patchwork and hand painting, but now we are trying to see different, and embroidery as well. But now we are trying to see like different techniques, dyeing. No, we want to learn and to investigate. No?
I was studying some course in the London Center of Fashion School here in Hanoi with different teachers, and I think the approach of the school is very good. No, how to be a fashion designer. One of the most important is how you can develop your own materials. No? And it's something that always we are open in Chula. No? Of course, we have a passion in silk, no? And we will continue always making one part of our production and collections in silk, but it's true that the part of about develop your company more in experimental things is very important, no? for the future.
I think that you follow a very correct trend that looking back into natural fabric of Vietnam. That's very unique to Vietnam. Chula is well known for not making for mass production. You do not produce in large quantity, but in small quantities. This make your products very unique. But at the same time, it's make it very difficult to expand your business.
I mean, in Chula we always talk, no, Diego and me, that we would like to, I mean, we have a small workshop now, we are like 60 people in our company. And I mean, of course, in the years we would like to expand a little bit, but we would like to keep our size, I mean, our philosophy. We will start to like to have like an artisanal workshop where each worker make one dress from the beginning to the end, that the dresses are like made by hand, that, no, we will not like to, I mean, to make like a mass production. No.
Chula could have a size like a medium company, but we cannot expand to be a big company and still keep the same philosophy, no? And for us, it's more important to keep the philosophy, the link with the customers, as well the link with our workers, no? Like, if we start to be a very big company, you lose all this familiar and personal style, no? that we have, no? And in some way, I mean,
and always the product is less unique.
I mean the product is less unique, and what we are really proud is that the day-by-day life, no? That we like what we do every day, and then in some way.
And how well is the clothes made? I mean, how the people who know us. So many times when our customers send the dresses to dry clean in Spain or in other countries, they tell us, and the people from the dry clean, they say, but this is handmade like this. I mean, now you don't see clothes made like that. It's really
yes. I mean, I think as well it's important not to keep this tradition of handmade clothes. That it not if everybody goes just thinking in the model of okay, make a design and after make mass production. Many of the techniques that were during many years happening in the world, they will lose, no? And then we would like to keep the Chula like this, like a small company. Of course, you can grow, but in some way, we always say that you need to grow like a pyramid with a yes, like a solid base, no? Better that grow, you know, like this and very quick and just thinking in the brand, in the branding, in the design, because if not, you lose a little bit all the work, and as well, it's difficult. I mean, the fashion, when you start to expand so much, has many difficulties as well, no? If you start to create a lot of volume, in some way maybe you get more famous or more rich, but less free, no, to make what you would like.
We want to find the balance, no? Yeah. The balance of doing what we like, doing the product that we like, but still keep don't lose. I mean, don't go too far and lose our identity and keep it in a, no, in a
And I think this balance,
it's,
I think is something that we learn here in Vietnam, no?
Yeah.
That sometimes we feel when we go to Europe and the people is more with this idea of, okay, when you have idea, you can expand your idea. There is no limit, but in fact there is limit for everything, no? Then it's better to keep your environment, your I mean as well as a company, what you want for your workers, for your clients, no? More important that thing in the, you know, like in a business that could be successful in the world and could be produce thousands of pieces, no?
You've been successful in your own way. As a marketing director of Chula, what are the target customers that you specify for your fashion house?
here in our shop in Hanoi, we are very lucky because we have a very diverse customers. We have from the foreigners who are based in Hanoi, but then as well we have the Vietnamese market, which is in the last year is increasing a lot, and we are very proud. And as well the tourists. Chula is becoming a well-known brand in the tourism. They are starting to know we are now shop #1 in TripAdvisor, and then we realize how every time more tourists come to Chula and they buy our dresses like a memory of their trip and their experience in Vietnam. And as well about the Vietnamese market, for us it's been very important since 2 years ago. Vietmo, the Coming Hang invited us to join the Vietnamese Fashion Week. Then I think since we joined the Vietnamese Fashion Week, the Vietnamese customers know about Chula, and every time we have more.
And that's why you are in the studio today,
Exactly.
to share with customers. Let's turn back to your starting point. I know you studied political science and you are originally an architect. From an architect to a fashion designer, what are your advantages and disadvantages?
There are many fashion designers that they study before architecture, and in some way as well they are talking about very similar concept, no? About, I mean, when you make a pattern in fashion, you draw. You need to draw with like a technical drawing in architecture, and always you are working with the proportions, with the colors, with as well with how you reflect a concept in a building or a concept in a dress. Then in some way there are many things that they are really common between the two professions, no? Especially the starting point when you decide, okay, I want to make a collection, or I want to make a building. You start from zero, from white paper, and you need to really start to think in the creative way, no? About, and as well when you are making a building or you are making a dress, you have a customer, no? Then as well the relation with the customer, to trying to satisfy the customer, is common in the compared with other things like painting or sculpture, that they are really 100% creativity, no? There is not this relation with the future customers, no? The painter, they paint what they like, no? But in fashion and in architecture, there's relation with the customer, that I want to make what I like, but as well I want to satisfy you and give you a good building or a good dress, no? In architecture and fashion as well, there are disciplines that they always live with, related with other things, with photography, with graphic design, with painting, with, no? Then I feel like I don't feel like, oh, I moved from architecture to fashion and I lost a lot of things. In some ways, they can send of work, but in a different scale, no? When you are talking about buildings, you are working in big scale, no? But this part of the architecture is something that I don't like it, no? That you cannot control, no? Everything, no? And the process of building something is very long process, no?
Sure.
3-4 years.
I think you enjoy more now because the process of making the clothes is short. Since they all had the idea until he's able to make the dress that he thinks and sell the dress and have the feedback from the customer, that always is positive, is very gratificant and keep him want to do more and more, no? It's really, you feel very satisfied with that.
Yes. I mean, in my personal life, I mean, it's really a big change, because with fashion, I could really develop much more creativity, and I feel more satisfied in the day-by-day life that with architecture. That as well is something that I like, but not in the same way, no? Like, I don't like this part that if you are architect, you cannot control all the process, no? Of in the good in fashion, like it's a small scale, you can control the production, control the marketing, you can control everything, and you can be creative in all this part. The architect is very creative in the in the paper, but after in the reality,
maybe it's different.
It's different. It's much more different, and especially after in what is the marketing and the selling after is very complicated, no? Because in architecture the price of the land is so high that cannot make anything so creative in terms of business, no? But in fashion there is a lot of possibilities, no? It's a world that is as well is more challenging. That everything is fast, everything you need to give a response very quick. You need to, and in some way I don't know, the people is expecting to you just like this, to be creative. It's more important that other things. In architecture, always the economic part is more important than the creativity.
Your background as an architect make a conceptual inspiration of, like you say, the graphic design, the architecture,
the photography,
and everything is in daily life can be brought onto your outfits.
Yes.
Very perfectly.
Yes.
Theo chân ông chủ cửa hàng, chúng tôi được dẫn vào khu sản xuất ở ngay kế bên sảnh chính. Ở nơi đây, tiếng máy cắt, tiếng máy may quay đều rầm rầm, nhưng thoạt nhiên không có một tiếng người nói chuyện. Những người công nhân cần mẫn, chăm chỉ đang trau chuốt từng đường kim mũi chỉ, thỉnh thoảng quay sang trao đổi công việc với nhau, tuy nhiên chỉ bằng hành động từ cử chỉ. Hóa ra như vậy lại chẳng ồn ào, náo nhiệt, tự giác mà lại rất quy củ. Thật là một nơi làm việc độc đáo và kỳ lạ. Giải thích về việc này, ông chủ cửa hàng chỉ gói gọn, đằng nào thì cũng vướng vào rào cản ngôn ngữ rồi, khi anh không nói được tiếng Việt, còn họ thì chẳng nghe được tiếng Anh. Và như vậy, khiếm thính hay không khiếm thính nào cũng có gì hơn, trong khi đáng kể ở những người tàn tật là giác quan thứ 6 của họ. Khi người ta không may mất đi một cái gì đó, người ta sẽ được bù lại một thứ khác. Chẳng hạn như khi người ta không nghe được, mắt người ta sẽ rất tinh, hoặc cái tay của người ta cũng khéo hơn người.
Ý tưởng của anh chị ngay từ khi anh chị mới thành lập công ty này, và mình thì cũng làm ở đây, và khi anh chị mời những người khuyết tật đến làm ấy, thì mình cũng dần dần phát triển cùng với họ. Môi trường làm việc ở đây thì rất là thân thiện và thoải mái. Anh chị cũng coi mình và các bạn ở đây cũng như những người bạn bình thường thôi. Cũng như những người bạn, tức là không có gò ép hay là không có bắt buộc gì cả. Rất thoải mái.
Nhân viên ở Chula có khoảng 60 người, trong đó 2/3 là người khuyết tật. Ở Chula, người khuyết tật được giao đảm nhiệm mọi vị trí, từ thêu, may, cắt đến lãnh đạo nhóm, thiết kế trang web, bán hàng. Họ được thưởng lương hàng tháng theo năng lực, sản phẩm làm ra và được hỗ trợ tiền thuê nhà, tiền học phí cho con nhỏ, tiền đi lại. Tính ra, mức lương trung bình khoảng từ 3 đến 5 triệu một nhân viên trung bình làm tại xưởng. Nhà thiết kế Diego tâm đắc với lựa chọn mà ông cho là thông minh hơn là vì lòng nhân ái của mình, bởi ở đây cảm xúc ông có là sự thán phục chứ không phải là lòng thương cảm.
Chula is doing a very good cause for Vietnamese people. As I know, you are employing people with impairments, but your outfits are handmade but very sophisticated details. Why do you use impaired people in your company?
Actually, at the beginning was by chance. Was the moment that we need to make at the beginning we subcontract tailors, but in the moment we start to get busy, we need to have somebody working with us. Then by chance through Huasua, that they train people with disability to make sewing and embroidery. We hired one girl, Zoom, who make embroidery. She was deaf, But since the beginning, we love to work with her. She was fantastic. The communication between us, because our Vietnamese in that moment was little, and her with the body language was very good. The colors, the proportions. They are deaf, but they are people who want to understand, and the communication with the hands is universal, no? Then at the beginning was a little bit by chance, like everything within Chula, but after we really enjoyed to work with her, and then we start, not so much like a plan, like we are going to do a company with all disabled people, but yes, we start to ask for friends, and then we start to like very much to work with them. We find them like very creative, very loyal, very, make a super work. I mean, their techniques, their knowledge, and
I think in general there is some misunderstanding about what is people with disability, no? Not just in Vietnam, I mean in all the world. We always say that Laura and me as well, we are people with disability here in Vietnam because we don't speak fluent Vietnamese, no, like normal people, no? Yeah. Then everybody has some kind of disability. Some people has a disability because they are shy, or some people has a disability because they are super disorganized, or
yes.
you know. Then for example, in our case, we employ many people in the workshop that they are hearing impaired, but they are very good with the colors. They are very hard workers. They are very patient. They have really good eyes. Then the disability that in some ways the communication, if you try to avoid this disability, trying to speak sign language, give more communication than in a normal company through internet, no, that they can read the emails, they can, then you jump this barrier, no? Then after we, of course, we realized that was very important, and the feedback of the workers was so good, and we feel so happy to have a company like this, that we start to have like a rule. Okay, let's try to offer always when we have a new position in Chula, the work to people with disability, not just in the workshop, as well for web programmer, for software programmer, for graphic designers, for accounting, and in this case, well, people with other kind of disability, maybe about mobility that I cannot work well, but as well you see that maybe this person cannot walk, but he's super intelligent for computer, you know. Then what you need to have in your office is a good display that they don't need to, I mean, they can have a good seat, and as well that everybody has this idea of help each other, no? But this disability just is one thing. They could be really a genius in their work.
Exactly.
Then it's not it's like Chula is making a charity. No, they are totally workers of Chula. There is no difference between a normal. Charity? No, for us it's not charity. We don't consider this as charity. We consider that they are.
Give a chance, maybe.
It's a chance, but
they have to do their work well once they.
And the success of the company of Chula is because they are good workers. If Chula was just a charity company, we employ many people, and they are not good workers, the people don't buy the dress. You know, it's what always we are so proud of Chula workers, and they are so proud as well. It's like they are making some kind of dresses that they are super well made, and they feel that the production of the dresses is part of their life. No, like they really put a lot of effort, and not just about as well the dress, as well the people who made the website. They are really proud about this. No, about they are really developing. That maybe it's true that maybe other companies they don't give this challenge, but the skills are in there. No?
Yes.
It's what happens usually with people with disability. They don't have the opportunity.
But once they have the opportunity, they give the best, and they do better maybe. That.
And you have been thriving, and you give them their own chance to thrive with you.
Yes.
But as well, another thing is that they are, once you give them the chance, they are very loyal. I mean, you really establish a relation much closer than with a normal worker. I mean, because they are very thankful because you give them the chance, which you are giving the chance because they are doing very well. And then, you know, many of the cost of the workers they work with us since the beginning. Then it makes it like a family, no?
It sounds like in Chula House you have a very big family.
Yes.
After a long time working with them, what do you think are their very valuable characteristics from your workers?
For the work, I think usually people who has a disability, a physical disability, they have more skills in other things, no? Then usually it's people who has a lot of focus in the work, a lot of concentration. They take care of the details, and as well, I think, of course, they need to face the difficulties from the beginning of their life. Then they give more value to the things and to the improvements in the life, no?
Did it take you a lot of time to train them at the beginning?
Not really.
Not
More
really,
was,
I mean-
we are able to learn science language, but
Of course, sometimes you need to have more patience,
Yeah.
but it's something that at the end is worth it, because
and actually between them they organize very
Yes,
well.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
between them we don't have to be there checking this like this. We have to give main ideas, but between them they organize very well. No,
I mean, in a company, when it's important that they don't, if you start to hire people with disability, they don't get like isolated like a ghetto, no? Like everybody in Chula, everybody needs to learn sign language, because
they are the majority.
the majority of the company, they are deaf. Then everybody, the normal people, maybe the account girl, she come to Chula, and then at the beginning she need to learn sign language if she want to have a fluent communication. But on the other hand, maybe the account girl, she has a problem of mobility, then the deaf people, they help to go to the motorbike or to go to the bus. Then at the end, is everybody try to help each other. No? It's what and there is no difference between you are normal or you have some kind of disability. At the end, you have the same rights in the company, the same obligations. No? Like, it's not like I treat you different because, you know, if you want to really work hard and you want to really be a good worker, you can be a good worker. No problem with your disability. Of course, sometimes you need to have a different treatment for sometimes for familiar problems or because of the health, because some people as well with disability has a little bit of problem with health, but you need to be a little bit more flexible sometimes. But what they like is that you treat the same like a normal person, and you give the same
Everything
right.
has been fine, and they contributed a great deal to your business here in
Yes,
Vietnam.
totally. Yeah.
Last but not least, I really want to know about your business plan in the next 5 or 10 years.
No, we say no. We will love to establish that Chula could be very well known in Vietnam. Maybe to have a shop in Saigon, another in
Da
Hoi
Nang.
An, Da Nang, and to be considered like a Vietnamese.
Yes, and so
designers and
we are so happy to live this moment that now is in Vietnam, in the fashion industry in Vietnam, that many talent, many young people trying to develop their brands, many good magazines, and in some way we would like to be part of this instead of just made in Vietnam as well, design in Vietnam. No? It's important, no, to really create a concept of fashion, Vietnamese fashion industry, like something that is more than a good production as well, a good design, a good stylist, a good photographers, no? All this moment that is living Vietnam fashion industry is very important, no? In some way we would like to consolidate here in Vietnam. And I think if between all the Vietnamese designers we can create this group, no? Will be easier as well to export and to consider when you go abroad to present your products. When the people say, "Oh, this is you are a Vietnamese designer," or
made
you
in Vietnam, is made and designed in Vietnam.
made and designed in Vietnam,
And
like
part of the
in
fashion
some way was Italy or Spain or France, that is the concept of something that is well made, but as well designed, no? And with a special touch. And you see Italian designers say, "Oh, this is so Italian," no? Then we would like to be part of this. Oh, this is Vietnam, no? This has been like a stamp of quality, no? In some way, we really like to develop this and still continue to investigate more about tradition. I still keep this idea, no, of trying to improve, investigate more about new materials, but keeping the tradition, no? I think is something so unique in Vietnam. This moment that still the country is improving so much. There's a new generation, but still it's so important the roots and the traditions. No? If Vietnam could get this step of keeping the tradition but develop the country, I think will be better and really balanced, no, with the whole generation and new generation.
And with your handmade, unique and original products, I think that Chula has been a very impressive piece in the overall picture of Vietnamese fashion market.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for joining our program today. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's Chula on VRTV. We'll be back at the same time next week. But for now, from everyone on the team, have a lovely day. Goodbye.